What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. We are up to episode 10 of the beginner series, and let's talk about what we've been doing over the past few days. So it's been about 3 or 4 days since the last video. Mostly all we've been doing is just farming. As you can see here, we are farming right side artifacts still. We've also been doing a little bit of giants, and we've actually managed to complete most of the Summoner's Way. Today's video is going to be a recap of the teams we used to complete all the challenges and just some tips to help you guys as well. So at this point, we have completed TOAH hard and TOAH normal. You can do this anytime. However, I wanted to wait until we got to a Sath. This was the team I used for pretty much every stage that wasn't a boss stage. This was super easy with clearing. We had Jean was on the Vio set, Sath, everything else was just on a random set. The only thing I did have was I did have the seal on my faster Swift set, and as long as you make sure you put invincibility on your Jean whenever she's getting attacked, this will clear pretty much every stage. There's only one stage you do need to worry about, which is the level 87 stage, which is the Acroma stage. For this team, you can just take the Veramos as well as Jean. Where is Jean? And then this team here will work perfectly fine. You're just going to have to keep putting the invincibility on the Veramos. Make your Veramos nice and tanky, and this is honestly pretty easy. Every 10 floors, you also have the boss stages. You can use Veramos in that team, or you can use the Vertihile. I kind of liked using the Vertihile as it sped it up a little bit, as my Vertihile was on a damaged build. So this was the team I used to make sure I got the 100 floor clear. Moving on to the next thing, we went and made sure we got our last triple S for the Elemental Rifts. The team we ended up using was just pretty much team ups. So we had Ikaru, Crow, Seren, Rayok, and Iger as our leader skill with a Riley in front, and this easily cleared. One of the things you have to do to complete the Summoner's Way is you have to go do a 10 times run of each of the dungeons. For the Dragon's Lair Abyss Hard, this is the team we ended up using. We had Vertihile, Spectra, Veramos, Lauren, and Rayok. The Spectra and the Rayok were on just damage sets, non-Vio. The Vertihile was on a damage set as well, but he was pretty slow, I think just plus 30 speed. Lauren was on our fastest Swift set, and Veramos was on another Vio set. This team was very consistent. I think it ran about anywhere between 1:30 to 2 minutes, but we were just doing it for the quest, so that is perfectly fine. Moving on to Necro, this is the team we were using for our 10 times completion. Once again, we were farming Abyss Hard as well on this one. We had Lauren on the faster Swift set, Seren was on a damage dealer set, Rayok was on a damage dealer set, Ikaru was just on his same, like we haven't changed this rune set since Solo R5, and then Fran was on the Vio set. We had to move it over from, I guess, Riley or one of the other units. But this team was also super consistent. I think this team did fail once, but otherwise it was very, very safe. If you want to make this a little safer, maybe put your Lauren on Vio. The other thing you can do is make your Seren and Rayok on their left side artifacts. Try to get something that has minus dark. This will make them slightly tankier, or just use HP, flat HP artifacts, just to make sure they're not dying during the final boss stage. The last thing is for the target settings, make sure you focus the mid boss, and then on the final stage, you're going to want to target the stolen monster first and then onto the final boss. This will be able to easily be completed on auto. Spiritual Realm was actually quite simple as well. We ended up doing an Abyss Hard 10 times run. The Vertihile, Spectre, and Rayok were on damage sets, and both the Seek and the Aprilia were on triple fight sets. They both were at 100 crit rate though. The Seek was pretty squishy, but in all honesty, because his AI is so good, he always puts up the attack buff and crit rate on the first turn. This dungeon was completely safe. I don't actually remember it failing, and it was actually really fast too. I think this one ran anywhere between a minute to a minute 30. So this was actually a pretty interesting dungeon to farm. At this point, we've completed all of the challenge quests in the Summoner's Way. The only thing else that I have to do is I still can collect some fusion monsters here from this event. I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do yet. And the other thing is we just need to finish these last 4 quest lines here, which will be super easy, and we'll get our 1,000 crystals, which will be super nice. Right now, we're currently on level 85. We've got 15 more levels to max level. Let's have a quick look at our towers. So for the battle area, we have fully maxed every single one. The guild one, we have almost maxed everything. Okay, let's just max the end of this as well. So even for the guild one now, we've fully maxed everything. For the other ones, we've maxed out the energy stories. We will move on to the mana production next, and the arcane tower will come last. Moving on to the next video, we're going to start it off with a summoning session. As you can see here, we have collected a decent amount of scrolls from the events as well as the Summoner's Way questline. I'm going to give you guys some tips maybe some things you should do, and maybe some things you should avoid, maybe saving summons, etc. So if you are interested in summoning tips, that's going to be the first part of the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Peace out.